Real Creator, and welcome back to another video. Lately, I've been watching a certain show, which you probably know what it is since you clicked on this video. It's The Owl House. I just barely finished season 1, and I have some thoughts about it. So I figured I'd share them with you in this video, as well as a speed paint of some fan art I made for the show, which I'll show the final result of at the end. So without further ado, let's get into the video. See, watching the show is a little interesting because when I went to go watch it, I realized that was the first time that I had sat down to watch a show out of my own volition in like 2 years, which is crazy. My siblings are always watching TV, but I just don't really do it that much. It may have just been that my phone sort of replaced TV as a form of entertainment, and it had been so long that it just felt strange to watch something on my own. The last time I can remember really doing that was when The Bad Batch Season 2 came out back in like 2023. I was so hooked on that show, but then it took another year for the next season to come out, and by then I had just sort of forgotten about it and never got around to watching it. And I still haven't. I honestly need to, but this isn't a video about The Bad Batch. This is a video about The Owl House. I'm getting sidetracked. The Owl House was a show that I had been meaning to watch for a really long time because I had already seen Gravity Falls and Amphibia and enjoyed both of those, but like I said, I just sort of stopped watching TV for 2 years. But a friend of mine had also started getting into it and was telling me that I really needed to see it, so I finally mustered up the motivation and sat down to watch it. And honestly, I really enjoyed it. This is a really fun show. It might actually go down as one of my favorites, but I don't want to get ahead of myself since I've only seen season 1. This show is really beautiful. Like, all the backgrounds and just the overall design of the world just looks really cool. It has such a nice magical aesthetic to everything that's very pleasing. The art style is fairly simple, but quite appealing. And the character designs, oh, I love all of the character designs in this show. Every character has their own distinct look. They have really great color schemes and different design elements that contribute to their different personalities. I guess that's just the bare minimum, but it's still really nice to see. And even all the random background characters just have such fun and unique designs, being all sorts of creatures from this magical world. I spent so long watching this show just itching to draw some of these characters, which, as you can see from the speed paint, I did indeed end up doing. One detail that I liked was how Ida's whole design is themed around a lot of red and yellow, like a very warm color scheme, while Lilith's color palette is mainly composed of cool blue colors. Contrasting, but also complementary. I love me some good color theory and character design that also contributes to the overall storytelling and symbolism. That's something I love to utilize in my own characters. The animation is, well, just typical cartoon animation for the most part, but there are a few specific sequences where you can just tell the animator's locked in, and it's amazing. The Grom dance sequence and the fight in episode 18 specifically come to mind. That fight scene was incredible. I might have to go back and just rewatch that scene alone because it looks so cool. And the music in that scene is a banger too. See, that's another thing. The score in the show is really good. I kind of wish I could just listen to it on Spotify while I'm riding or something, but I guess they don't put the scores from random Disney Channel kid shows on there. All of these things are honestly just little details put into the show that I feel like I never would have noticed or appreciated if I watched the show earlier. When I was younger, I feel like I just sort of mindlessly consumed content because I needed some entertainment to fill the void, but nowadays I appreciate a lot more of the media that I watch and consider all of its moving parts more thoroughly. As an artist, I can really take a look at all the different stylistic choices or animation choices and admire the beauty and work put into it, and as a writer, I can really notice all the different plot elements and how they connect, and I could just gain a deeper understanding of the overall story. I like to think deeply about things, which unfortunately isn't really that popular nowadays, but it needs to be. Another side of watching media with a more critical mindset is that you also sort of start to notice when the writing kind of falls flat too. Being a kids show, The Owl House does sort of fall into a bit of a predictable format, having to shoehorn in some kind of moral every single episode and make sure to spell that for the younger audience. But, I do sort of understand why, because this is a show meant for 7 to 12-year-olds. I'm not exactly the target audience. Watching a show with a critical mindset probably isn't the right phrasing to use, because there aren't really a lot of things that I inherently dislike about the media that I watch. This whole video, I've just been going on about how much I love everything. But on the note of the writing, at the same time, I do think the show is also sort of conscious of its own simplicity at times and pokes a little fun at itself, which I appreciate. I can also just ignore the times when the writing is a little basic, because it usually doesn't get in the way of my enjoyment of the show. There are also several meta references that people who are a little older can get, like how it throws shade at Harry Potter. That wasn't exactly subtle. Also, in the episode where Luz tries to be a writer and the antagonist is like, you have to get this writing done in this amount of time or I'll squish you, and Luz is like, that's a horrible mindset that contributes to burnout and horrible mental health, or something like that. Like, I think the writers might be trying to say something here, Disney. Just maybe. The show is pretty funny. Again, like, I didn't even really used to laugh at the shows that I watched just because I didn't really pay attention to the quality of the humor, but this show didn't manage to make me laugh multiple times. And then there was the finale. Am I going to get into spoilers for this video? Probably not. I think that was a really solid finale for the first season. I already mentioned the incredible fight scene, but the rest of it is pretty great too. It actually kind of got me in the feels, like, that scene with Ida in episode 18 actually kind of made me shed a tear, which, again, not a thing I used to do. But yeah, I really liked it, and I'm really curious about where the plot's going to go next. I'm excited to get into season 2 and really dive into the plot and mystery and the lore. I haven't had a good piece of lore to sink my teeth into for a while. I have also heard that the show does get a little more mature as it goes on, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Overall, The Owl House is a pretty good show. I think so far my favorite character is probably Amity, with her design and just the way that her character develops over the course of season 1. We love to see a mean girl who gets to redeem herself. Also, she has the hair that 6th grade me yearned to have. That does sort of make me think about how I would have seen the show if I saw it when I was younger. Growing up as a bit of a weird nerdy kid who constantly longed for magic and adventure, this show, with all of its scenes about being different and being proud of it and how even regular humans can be witches, it would have been phenomenal for me. Which does sort of make me a little sad that I didn't get around to watching this show sooner. But hey, I'm still glad that I watched it when I did, because even though I can't really admire it in the same way that I would have been able to if I saw it when I was younger, I was able to appreciate a lot more details that went into the show. I still like it, just in a different way. Anyways, those were all my thoughts on The Owl House Season 1, and I'm pretty hyped to get into Season 2. Maybe I'll make another video on it like this one once I get through it all. While I did finally get back into watching TV again, it still took me a while to get through the whole first season, just because I'm not really used to it. I would watch episodes 3 at a time, but I could still go for days or even weeks in between because I would continuously forget to watch it or just didn't feel like it. But maybe I'll get into more of a habit with Season 2, especially if it amps up the stakes in the story a little bit. This video was still a bit more of an experimental one. I'm new to this YouTube business, so I'm trying out a few different things to start out and see what lands. If you have any tips for how I could improve the way I make videos, feel free to drop them down in the comments. Or comment any ideas you have for future art videos you'd like to see from me, like maybe some art tutorials or more art stories like my last video. I do have a few ideas, but suggestions are always appreciated. And here's the finished fan art that I made for the show. I made 2 corresponding pieces of Luz and Amity, and I also sort of fit them together into a full art piece. I think I did also have a speed paint for Amity, but for some reason it just wouldn't let me save it to my photos, so I had to do without it. I'll probably get around to making more fan art in the future, because there's still several characters that I want to try and draw. Tell me, what are your thoughts on the Owl House, or the fan art that I made? Maybe give me a reference that I won't understand until I've finished the entire show. Please feel free to drop a comment down below. I don't want to have to beg for engagement, but I'm a new creator, and interacting with this video could really help me get my channel going and motivate me to make more of these videos. So if you like this video and you want to see more, go ahead and like, comment, share, do all the things, and subscribe so that you can see more of my content. But that's enough of my yapping. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.